We're here in Rustic Canyon in the Pacific Palisades today at a really wonderful home that's nestled in the canyon amongst these beautiful mature sycamore trees. Wonderful curvilinear architecture with exterior plaster and three-coat steel trowel plaster inside and out. Very organic architecture, natural materials, and a separation of a guest wing, primary suite on one end, secondary bedrooms upstairs, and public spaces in between.
For me, I'm going to start out with the outdoor space because this is what really feels comfortable out here. All these sycamore trees, I don't know how long they've been here for, but they're extremely beautiful. And then you've got this linear pool that you can swim along in the morning. And then the greenery, the birds, for me, it's winning.
It's really connected to the landscape in that Southern California tradition that really started in the mid-century. You know, the indoor-outdoor living environment is really seamless. These big sliders that open up and bring the outdoors in. I love the simplicity. This is a home designed by Bill Neburka of Evident Architecture Office, based in Portland, Oregon and Cleveland, Ohio, interestingly. And his philosophy is really to boil things down to the essence and find the beauty in simplicity. And you really see it here. This is a very serene home.
There's a lot of details in the home that you guys will see with the reveals around the doors, or as you called it, the reglets. If you look off of the floor, between the floor and the wall, there's a very small reveal that probably took so much work to create that nobody would notice, but it's less than probably a half of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch. All of the brass that's consistent across the house, those kinds of details, that's what makes it great.
It is sublime, and you see that reveal on the exterior at the connection to the ceiling or roof line, both inside and out. The floor, there's that knife edge that suspends the floor slightly above, the wall slightly above the floor, and then the ceiling slightly above the wall. And you wouldn't necessarily pick up on it, although I think subliminally you really feel it.
Yeah, and then a lot of the materials like the smooth plaster and the wood trim. If you look in the ceiling and the living space, there's this wood trim that goes across the entire ceiling, and the ceiling is kind of altered a little bit. It's a really cool detail. I'm not sure, I don't think it's structural, but I think it's probably just an ornamental element that adds to your visual aesthetic pleasing. Is that what you call it?
Sure. Sounds reasonable. Let's go check out another view over by the pool. We're out here at the pool house and this really wonderful lap pool, and now you start to perceive the way the home is nestled in the canyon here.
Yeah, and going back to this outdoor space, now you can get a little glimpse of this little outdoor seating area. And then you'll look back and you'll see these cantilevers that curve around, and those cantilevers are just adding to the magic of this place.
I love your use of the phrase little outdoor seating area. There's actually a 16-person dining table there. And it's funny because the scale of this home, it doesn't feel like an 8,000 square foot home. Mm-hmm. It's in 5 zones: pool house, guest wing, primary suite, guest bedrooms, and public spaces. And because of the way it's laid out, it doesn't feel as large as it really is. And that feels like a little outdoor area. It just happens to seat 16 people.
Yeah. And then actually you mentioned the primary space. For me, that's one of the winners in this house as well, because it's probably 25 feet tall.
Yep, 2-story.
The square footage of it is smaller than some of the other spaces, but because it's so tall, it makes it feel so big. And then it's got that loft space in there. It just makes it feel really grand.
I agree. Let's go over there and look at that side of the house. I really love the feel of these organic curvilinear volumes. I mean, there's something around it that's really dynamic. Got this big cantilever and the connection to the outdoors. These big sliders are actually wood. All the windows and doors are wood, which kind of softens it down. It doesn't feel like concrete, glass, and steel. It feels organic because there are hardwood floors, steel trowel plaster, and wood windows and doors. It's really soft.
Yeah, and in terms of organization, sometimes the kitchen is tied up with the living room, but here they've put the kitchen on the corner.
Yep.
So it makes it super easily accessible to the outdoors, already letting us know that they anticipate outdoor seating, outdoor eating, outdoor drinking.
That's true. This is a table that you would actually use because the kitchen's right there. You'd prepare the food and come out. Where sometimes we see roof decks that nobody ever eats or drinks on because you forgot your soda downstairs. You're never going back up.
Yeah, because the kitchen is so close, you have a decision to make. Do you have your coffee on the indoors, or do you just go right outside to the outdoors here?
And so this is interesting. This is an outdoor, custom barbecue, and the tile is consistent with the tile in all the bedrooms and bathrooms throughout the house. And so there's a real refinement to the detailing, a limited palette of materials, some different colors in the tile, but it's the same basic tile. And I think that consistency really lends to the serenity.
It does. I mean, let's go through it. So they've got the brass. They've got the brass on the chimney.
Yeah, which is this, it's like a natural brass. Mm-hmm. So it patinas.
They've got that smooth plaster. They've got these wood elements throughout.
Yeah.
The tile matches what's going on in the bathrooms.
Yep. And the hardwood floors, wood cabinetry. It's that raw brass is the phrase I was looking for on all the fixtures. So it gets the patina of the water in the hand. There's a raw brass railing, raw brass at the fireplace, and just limited materials choices, which I really respect.
Yeah, and then if you look at the lighting fixtures, if you look up at the ceiling, there's not a lot of recessed lighting.
True.
So they keep it really minimal so you could just enjoy that. I mean, smooth plaster to create that takes a lot of work, a lot of money.
Let's check out the primary suite because I love the Japanese soaking tub in there.
Let's do that.
All right. How about this soaking tub?
It's remarkable, and it's wood.
I love it. And, sometimes have you ever heard that expression, water on wood, no good, but the Japanese have been doing it for centuries. And so I think of this as a Japanese soaking tub. It's set down 12 inches below floor level. You've got this outdoor patio deck, screened with a privacy wall and wood doors that slide back to connect directly to nature. And in this primary spa bathroom space, you see all of those elemental details, the steel trowel plaster, the knife edge reveal at the top and the bottom, wood doors, wood cabinets, an eccentric stone countertop that's maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. And again, my favorite, the raw brass, which just shows the patina of use and age over time.
Yeah, and if you notice on the way in, there are no doors. So you walk in and these curves kind of lead you through the space. And then there's, something so simple about an exterior deck that's dedicated to just plants. Something so serene and peaceful. On the exterior at the front, which is where we are now, I just noticed that the sun plays a pivotal role in this as well. If you look at the brise-soleils and the way that this soffit makes this shadow cant, it keeps on giving.
Yeah, and the home just kind of welcomes you in. It's got these outstretched arms that very clearly draw you into the entry. You've got these giant, mature sycamore trees that I feel have been there for 150 years. The curvilinear form. I really love this paving. I want to research this. I feel like this is PebbleTech that's been sandblasted, so it looks like gravel, but you don't have any of the mess of gravel under a vehicle. And you've got the acid etched concrete, the wooden decks, and just really beautiful architectural composition.
The landscape architecture is great as well, and you would have thought that these sycamore trees were planted in here on purpose. Obviously that's not the case. But actually, as you're looking through and seeing the tree and the house, I love that this back part of the house is kind of going up and really playing with the ceiling heights.
Yeah, I want to give the architect a call and compliment him on his work, but I also want to ask, I bet they didn't tear down any trees. I bet all of this form was generated by the Sycamores. And then I also want to know who did the landscape architecture, because clearly it's someone great. You've got these red maples and other beautiful plants that just make this home nestled into the canyon.
Well,
Really
you were
lovely.
just saying it might be Terremoto, and it probably
That's
is.
who I'm guessing. If I had to guess, love their work. But look how beautiful those red maples are up against the steel trowel plaster.
And then if you notice these decks, the way that they're proportioned on the backside and on the front here, they're all kind of similar, even from the ones that are occupied, like the seating areas, to the steps. They're all kind of really, really well thought out.
They really are. And don't forget, we sell this house. We will sell this house to you if you want it. Give us a call and we'll be happy to get you in. This home is for sale. We are architecture brokers. We help people buy and sell homes like this. And this is pretty much all we do every day is run around and look at great architecture and meet interesting people.
Yep, and we'll have all the information to the house in our caption. And again, Luis will probably put our info up on the screen, and give us a call.